This is the Pentax Espio 115. It was released in 1992. Therefore, at the time that I'm making this, it is 34 years old. So what we have here is a 35mm compact camera with autofocus and zoom lens. The lens extends from 38mm to 115mm. It is part of the Pentax Espio IQ Zoom series, and it is absolutely delightful. I really like this camera. It has a shutter speed that goes from 1/400th of a second to 1/5 of a second. There's a bulb mode, and there is a self timer, and absolutely beautifully, if I take this off, there is a remote control for it. And the remote control, although on this one it's a little bit stiff because it hasn't been used for some time, is absolutely glorious. So let's have a little look. I've got a little LCD screen on the top. I've got a red-eye reduction button here. I've got my flash controls so I can alter the flash settings. I've got a landscape mode here, and I've got a self timer here, and here is also where I connect with the remote control that I've just mentioned. I have a macro button here, and I have zoom in for telephoto, out for wide angle. My on-off button is here, and this is really nice. This little control here that clicks between this and this is actually for panoramic shots. Now, it's kind of cheap panoramic because all it's doing is cutting down the top and the bottom of the 35mm frame, but well, it's quite nice. So let's turn it on, and we can see it's not the fastest zoom in the world, but it certainly works. Seems to work better going backwards. It also has a diopter correction for the viewfinder, so it allows people to look through the viewfinder without their glasses if they're glasses wearers. If I open up the back, you can see that in this particular camera the film sits in this side, so it sits like this. I practice this and it works fine. Then when I try it for real, I mess it up. The film leader, which in this case, in this can, is right and back in the film, just leads across here, and you may be able to see there's a mark there. When I close the camera up, the film advances to the first frame, but in this case it says E for empty. That's it, really. How beautiful is that? Landscapes, red-eye reduction, flash, flash on, flash off. Beautiful. So, although I've got another one of this series, this Zoom series, this one is much smaller, it's much neater, and I actually think this is quite fabulous. They retail at, well, depending, I've seen these for sale at over £100. Personally, I don't think it's worth £100. But if you want a nice, simple to use, very high quality point and shoot camera, then you can go a lot worse than buying one of these. So the Pentax Espio 115 35mm point and shoot camera, 1992.